We are live. Just put this off a second. Okay, hi y'all. We are here in my professional studio where I help people move better and hurt less and all that business. Side note, if you're in the DFW area and you want to keep fighting when your joints are screaming at you that you need to stop, please come see me. Kat is having a problem. Can you tell us about it?
So, about a month ago, I fought in a lightsaber tournament and jacked up my knee, and now it hurts when I bend it, which makes it hard to do footwork and lunges and things. It's very sad for me.
So for those of you who haven't watched my channel before, a day without footwork is like a day without sunshine and Skittles for Kat.
Yes.
Well, I guess you're slightly younger than me. Would it be Jolly Ranchers?
Ooh, lemon Jolly Ranchers.
Okay, so yes, we got that. So could you do a lunge the way you normally do it? And just tell me what you experience in the process.
So there's tension and tightness across the front of my knee.
Now recover. And that sucked, right?
Yeah, that was horrid.
Okay, so face the camera.
Hi, camera.
What we don't want to do, can you either one? We don't want this straining. We need something that's going to create better power generation for Kat and not hurt her. So, did it hurt when you made the lunge, or did you hurt when you recovered, or both?
Not going forwards, yes, going backwards.
Okay, so I want you to go forwards again. I want to face as much of the wall as possible at the risk of being cheeky. And yes, there's a pun here. Make sure you're standing in such a way that people can clearly see your pelvis, okay?
Okay.
So, no, not that way. I want you to face the windows.
This way?
The windows.
The windows.
The opposite.
Those windows.
The way you were facing the first time. Okay, so retreat once. Good. Now, I want you guys to notice the elevation right here where her shirt meets her pants. And watch how it changes when she lunges. Go ahead and lunge. And now you're going to make me slightly a liar because you changed it up already, just because I mentioned it. All right, now, recover non-injuriously, however you have to do that. All right, here's what I'm going to have you do instead, okay? Step out of camera for a minute. I'm going to be in a stance, and I'm going to straighten my back knee. Here's my finger, in fact, you take your finger, touch my belt right here. Okay? Don't move your finger no matter what I do. Don't move your finger no matter what I do. As I straighten my back knee, notice the straightening of the back knee pushes on the back of the femur, moves my pelvis to the side. I bend the knee and I come back. There's your finger. So if I'm this way, see it from the front, as I straighten my back knee, look how much distance I just cleared. That's about, let's see, that on me is about 7.5 inches. Depending on how far I bend this, it could start going a little further. So I have significant change in my horizontal position. I'm translating from side to side, in other words, simply based on how straightening the knee pushes on the pelvis. Pop. I straighten the knee, I change the joint angles at the hip. And yes, your hip is here, not here. That's your greater trochanter, it's a muscle attachment. And the knee. Femur pushes on pelvis, pelvis goes forward. Bang, I go forward. Now, I'm wearing sandals this morning, which isn't the best athletic footwear, but that's okay. When I go to recover, I'm not going to push off with my front leg. I'm going to bend this back knee again and let all my weight pop into that back foot. Try it. Face the camera first. So, perform a lunge. Now recover by taking your weight and putting it on your back leg, allowing your back leg to bend as you do it. Do it again. And back. All right, so I know that you're cheating your body weight because you're doing this. Woo,
Ha.
bob.
Okay.
You're doing a parabola rather than that. So face the door over there. And what I want you to do are leans. Take a wider stance than you normally would just to make it really obvious. Make sure you're comfortable on that lead knee. You're a little too wide in the front foot. Bring it back slightly. There you go. Now, I want you to straighten and bend the back leg and feel how your body weight shifts from foot to foot. I've got my finger over your head, so it's easy to tell for the camera how much translation through space you're getting. Because as you bend and straighten your back knee, you're being pushed forward. Stay low enough that I can't mess with your hair. I'm not moving my finger. There. See the difference? Her head moved well forward. She got much better extension in her lean, or demi-lunge, as Kare Chaplon will call it. Because as she straightens this knee, the joint angle through here changes and her femur gets pushed that way. Come back. All the weight comes to here as you recover. It's almost as if I had a fist here and I was punching her in the side of the pelvis and sending her that way. What it's not is coming out of the stance and then dropping all of that weight forward and down on the leg. That's not particularly hot for the leg in this position. It's even worse if she tries to come out of it that way, pushing up and backwards while the body weight is still on her front leg. No bueno. So, do that a couple more times. Get used to how the body weight shifts from foot to foot. You don't have to go super low. Just get the idea that there's horizontology, trademark. That's totally an English word. And pay attention to how straightening the knee also changes that feeling inside the hip. And don't overdo it, so you don't want your knee going too much forward to your toes. There you go, straighten the knee. Take that back knee to fully straight, but don't add anything else to it. There, you're done. That's all you need to have explosive translation from one leg to the other. You feel how you just took your left butt cheek higher in the air? Try to avoid that. Let the force take you sideways instead. Straighten the knee without going higher. And this is going to take a little bit of practice, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do is face the window, do the same thing, so the people watching can see from behind. It doesn't have to be super wide. Keep it comfortable. And what you're trying to feel is forward movement this way. There's no up component to it at all. Yeah, stay horizontally stable. If anything, you dip down slightly as you move, but you never go higher. Now, I know you adore footwork, but stop making it work. You don't have to keep sinking lower and lower in your stance. Unless that's just your legs relaxing. All right, now, can you scoot backwards slightly and get in a regular stance? So nothing exaggerated. And now lunge. Now, bringing your weight to your back foot, bend the back knee and allow the front half of the body to just recover. Painful? Okay, do it again. Come back. Good, now this time, imagine there's a fist right behind your pelvis. It's going to punch your pelvis as your knee straightens. So you get that snappy lunge you want, but not a high parabola. Go. What you did was throw yourself with the front of your body and let the knee straighten as you did. I want you to think of straightening the knee as the engine that makes this happen. Now, the reason we want to do this is not that we want giant quads. What we're actually doing is not that quad-centric at all unless we start doing big Olympic lunges. What we're doing is extending through the hip. This is actually a gluteus thing. So while the quads do straighten the leg, the hip extension is what drives us that way, or what drives us that way. But we want to avoid that. See that arc? That is what gets you hit on the way in, as opposed to, oh my God, he teleported, how did he do that? Okay, so face the window. Actually, switch your feet around. We want your lead leg to be the one that's not getting injured. So face the door, actually. All right, try lunge. Recover. Now think of driving that's not how you usually recover. Let your weight go 50-50 afterwards. You shift the weight to the back leg and then back to 50-50 for a regular stance, right? Now, I want you to think of everything coming out of the explosive straightening of the back knee. Super fast high five. How'd that feel?
Better.
Go back.
Okay.
Bend the back knee and let the weight get carried backwards. And then center yourself again. Now, if you're in a system that does passing retreats, that's a heck of a possible advantage, right? Otherwise, you have to 50-50 it. There are also joint angle considerations here. Can I have the space for a second?
Yep.
If I'm here, I'm using slightly different muscles. This has to let go. If I'm here, underneath with the hamstrings has to let go. They have to let go anyway, but joint angles matter for which parts of the striations of a muscle are in effect. So you will feel this if you work that lean and that push. I'm getting punched there. I'm getting punched there. I'm getting punched there. But I'm organizing it from straighten the knee, bend the knee, straighten the knee, bend the knee. This will feel different than straighten the knee, bend the knee, straighten the knee, bend the knee. So your challenge is, can you give me a really fast explosive high five and then recover so I can't bonk you on the head? I will try.
We'll see.
Good. Go. Did it hurt?
A little.
Okay, so what did you do that caused the hurt?
I don't.
Okay. This time, give me a quick high five. Did that hurt?
A little.
Okay, so now, instead of going that way, stay upright and see if it's different. Try straightening the knee as you go. It's all back knee, don't knee. How'd that feel?
Fine.
Okay, so you now know that something about doing this is causing shear strain through your knee.
Yay.
So for right now, when you straighten your back knee, do an upright lunge. Give me a high five. How'd that feel?
Okay.
All right, now, bend the back knee to come away from my hand. Feels awkward, right?
Yes.
You're not accustomed to practicing that. You're accustomed to pushing off instead.
Yes.
So practice push-pull off the back leg. Do my hand a couple times, see what happens. But you don't have to take your weight behind you. And again. And that was a parabola lunge. Could you feel it?
No.
Okay, go back.
Yes. Maybe.
Good. Back to stance. Yep, you just bend your leg and come back to a 50-50 stance. So you're taking the weight out of your front leg as you recover. Go. Come back. Good. All right, lie on the floor for a minute.
Okay.
Give me a knife. Your other leg. This is not a hamstring stretch. It's just bend a little bit, straighten a little bit, bend a little bit, straighten a little bit. Every system has its warm-up, get loose exercise. My lineage has very specific ones where you waggle your foot around in space. In other words, you're turning in the hip joint at the same time as you flex and extend the knee. Here's an easy one you can do on the floor as long as you don't turn it into a hamstring stretch. Now put your head in your knee, the back of the knee, the quad, the thigh, the back of the thigh where the hamstring comes down to the calf, and just make that as smooth as you know how. Feel how the rest of you changes shape to accommodate that? For those of you who don't have a big screen while you're watching this, she's rocking back and forth on the carpet while I move her leg with her. Her counterbalance point is changing. It will change during a lunge as well. Also, unlike some previous videos, this is an actual injury, so we're not going to see miraculous total free of pain for Kat. She has to heal herself while she works on the new form. This is an important thing to remember if you've gotten hurt. Healing is a process. It takes time. All right, Kat, come on up. Face the door again. And keeping yourself upright while you lunge for now until you get used to taking the parabola out. Face the door. Get a good guard stance to start with, the same way you'll do tonight when you're fighting. Because I know you stand like that. That's all your weight in your back leg. You don't stand like that. Come on.
Yeah, my knee hurts.
All right. So, have your mind in that back knee. Get me. Recover. Okay, where did it hurt?
Just, it's efforty.
It's efforty.
It's efforty.
So that was a grunt of effort, not a grunt of pain.
Yes.
Good. That's what we're looking for. Right now, this is a new way of performing a technique.
Mm-hmm.
You're not accustomed to it. So you'll practice it without the lungy part. We remove the aircraft landing, and you just practice bending this knee. The front knee will change shape. As I recover back to my guard, as she recovers, her front knee will straighten some. Her front knee will bend a little bit. Her front knee will straighten. But the work is being done in the back foot so that this leg becomes available to slip because all the weight's in the supporting leg. It becomes available to pass forward and do all kinds of fun stuff. All right, so takeaways. If you're having lunge issues, come back and stance one more time. Over and over again, you see in the manual, straighten the back knee. We don't want to do a falling lunge, or that's not Kat's problem anyway. You want your lunge to feel as if you're being punched in the side of your butt, and that throws you forwards. And then you want to feel as if you're being pulled back by the bending of your knee again. It is the change of the angle of the humerus in the hip joint that does this for you. So if you're having knee issues when you lunge, practice your leans until you get very, very clear and you can go back and forth with a lean as fast as you can with a lunge without any pain or difficulty. Good? All right. Good luck, y'all.